crib, talking to the kids about why, turned to the 10-year-old daughter and said, Ave, also known as Chumpy and Dumpy, why is Psalm 1 dancing important to you? And she said, because it's fun, and I want to carry on the tradition. And I'm looking at her like a 10-year-old wants to carry on the tradition. Really? And I said, what do you mean by that? She said, it's because of Grandma. She said, it doesn't make any sense to tell people you're Samoan if you can't do anything Samoan. And I was like, oh, word. I'm glad you're the one that told me that, because that showed me that she understood the need for art in her family life. And honestly, what me and my wife are trying to do is create our own family culture. Your family culture is what? The way that you guys act together, right? It's this brand that says, this is how we think, this is what we think is important, and these are the things we want to remember to pass on to our kids, right? And so this practice of teaching creativity and tradition is an art. And art in family life can be said to be creatively looking at every single aspect of family life and using that creativity to solve those problems. And you can see this already, like traditionally you see it in like food, dances, the way people dress, the way they celebrate. And so art turns into this tool that families can use to unify and support their traditions. Now, acknowledging art in family life isn't always easy for us to identify because don't nobody see the creativity for what it really is. And the funny thing is that family life has like hundreds of artistic nuances. Like there's the art of peacemaking. There's those people in your family who naturally diffuse situations and try to keep the spirit of love in the home, right? And then there's always a culinary artist. And then there's the logistical artist, you know, the only person who gets to pack the car before going on the trip because they're the only one that knows how to do it. But those cats are around too, right? So, and there's also the listening artist. And this is that person in your family who will actually sit down and listen to the quiet people and the small people and give them the ear that they need, right? So all these seemingly ordinary things should really be recognized for what they are. And we should encourage them when we see them in our kids. And now, however you're going to be as a creative family basically ends up being this practice of being creative, exploring, and failure. But that's like the basic tenet of being an artist, right? You're not perfect all the time. You have to throw away a painting or burn it. But this is another way to see all these creative nuances being used in your family life to keep all of y'all creative. Now, my son and I started going to jiu-jitsu in 2003. And then when my daughter was like 3 years old, she started going with us too. So consequently, I have these healthy, fearless kids. Now, yes, lucky me. But as we went as a trio, we got to do things like we had to learn how to encounter a hard situation and work through it. There was no like, I'm tired now. We learned to balance ourselves and be grounded. And then we also learned how to gracefully accept attacks and love. And so, also in going to class together, during our drive time, we would be able to have serious family time to discuss real issues like sex and chores and religion, but not like in that order though. It's so then, as a family, practicing martial arts gave us a chance to learn all these valuable lessons together, and then do something hard. So art can actually make your family healthy, introspective, and courageous. Now, art is a part of spirituality in our home, but not like religious spirituality, however you may feel about that. In my parents' home, I learned to understand that spirituality and art were the things that were going to teach me how I connect to the world and help me understand how I was supposed to fit into it. And then this ended up manifesting itself in my sense of self-expression through visual arts and through music. My sister defined this to me by saying, when I see my kids do their art, I believe I'm seeing them the same way that God does. And then my son says to me, art actually changes our countenance and relaxes us. And then my homeboy Victor a capoeira professor pointed out to me that when the students are in the moment and they're relaxed, that's when all the creative synapses start firing and they start having aha moments. And so your workout suddenly turns into art. Now I would challenge all of us to really continue to create and foster an air of creativity in every single way that we solve problems in our home. And this way, all of us as a culture can experience the art of family. To try to cover that with entertainment, and everybody knows that it's the same song.